Hey guys, yeah, I just watched Dr. Wolf's latest video talking about pony life. Now, what's ironic about his video is he did this while the official YouTube page for My Little Pony had the banner up for Pony Life and advertised it to be available on June 18th. Now, according to someone that commented in the comment section of Dr. Wolf's video, that has since changed or been slightly altered to where the available June 18th portion of it is gone. Now, the only official release date that we have is for Canada's Treehouse TV, which is the equivalent of Cartoon Network and Disney XD in their country. So that's the only way, or that's the only, I should say, official release date confirmation that we got for the series. But obviously, the big question a lot of people have is what's taking it so long? Why is it taking Hasbro so long to allow this series to be released? I mean, you have 8 to 9 episodes already released with the synopsis, not official release to air, but basically you have the synopsis for them released. And, you know, it's getting people curious as to exactly what they're going to be in store for. But why is it taking so long? I mean, you know, is there a disagreement with Discovery Family and Hasbro? What's the deal? And I think I could probably figure out a few possible speculated reasons as to why things are being held up. One of the main reasons is even though it's been 8 months since the finale of Friendship is Magic, it's still fresh in everybody's mind, especially with the recent Friendship is Forever 6-part miniseries clip show episodes that they've been doing. It's still fresh in people's minds. And like I said, you take Friendship is Forever, which is a mid-pelage, a middle-of-the-road epilogue that basically works its way into or kind of basically takes place between the aftermath of the ending of the end and the final episode, The Last Problem, which is Twilight's coronation as well. Basically, you take that into account, you know, along with the series itself. And again, like I said, it's still fresh in a lot of people's minds. The reason it's fresh in a lot of people's minds is because of the fact that for almost a decade, this has been the main course for My Little Pony. This has been the main destination for MLP content. And for that to change and to go in a different direction is kind of hard for them to do. I think the other reason as well is that is being held up right now, being put into a hiatus in several parts of the world, including the U.S., is due to the fact that I think Hasbro realizes that, and they're probably hearing from a lot of fans, or hearing from sources about a lot of fans, worried that Pony Life is going to be just another version of Teen Titans Go. Basically, it's going to be the ponies acting unlike themselves. I mean, people point to Teen Titans Go and say, yeah, you know, it's popular with young kids, but it's not Teen Titans. It's more of a parody of the characters, you know, than it is anything else. And that's what's really, that's what's really gotten under people's skin about the show. The fact that it's nothing more than a parody of a parody, I should say, sorry about that, a parody of a very established show that had a popular fan base and was set in a very popular, universe, known as the DC animated universe or the Timverse. So, obviously people at Hasbro are hearing about people's concerns when it comes to that. But, is it just that? Is it just the possibility of the fear that it's going to go that Teen Titans Go route and that it's going to be unrecognizable? I can't really say. Again, I believe, it's also the fact that even though it's 8 months removed since the series finale, you take into account Friendship is Forever, which is basically in the middle of the finale or takes place in the middle of the finale for Friendship is Magic, and it's still fresh in a lot of people's minds, and it's going to be hard for them to even want to fathom the idea that they're going to have to probably focus on seeing a different version of the characters being represented. But I don't think it's just that at all. Or as well, I should say. And sorry for a bit of stuttering there. Like I said, I don't think it's just that as well. I think the other thing that plays a major part as to why Pony Life is kind of being delayed is right now IDW Comics is in the process, once they get restarted, they're in the process of releasing what they call Season 10 of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, but in comic book form. They're basically saying, yeah, it's in the same continuity, but we're now going to merge both continuities into one, and the issues that take place, starting I think, what was it, issue 85 or 84, are going to be known as the 10th season of the animated series, but in comic book form. I think that could be another reason why Pony Life is being held up, because there's a lot of fans that are looking forward to the IDW comic and the season 10 portion of it to see exactly what they could be in store for when it comes to this interpretation of the animated series. The other thing as well, going back to IDW, is the fact that you have Friendship in Disguise coming up, which is the crossover between My Little Pony Friendship is Magic and Transformers. So you got a lot of so you got two factors from the comic book side of things, probably playing a big role, or somewhat of a role, in Pony Life's debut being delayed. Because, you have Hasbro, through these different entities, these different media entities, still promoting the Friendship is Magic version of the characters, and on top of that, they're also trying to get people ready for this new version of MLP, which is a more comedic take on the characters. And I think that's what's holding it back a little bit. It's the fact that the fans are looking more forward towards things like these, like the crossover Friendship in Disguise, as well as they're looking forward to the season 10 portion from IDW of the animated series, which is still keeping focus on Friendship is Magic. And with all that, including what I said earlier, I think in a way it plays a major factor in the show being held up. I'm not saying that the show will not debut. I believe it will. I believe probably the most likely debut for it is going to be July 4th weekend. Why do I say that? Well, think about what's going on right now and possibly next weekend. We have sort of a semi-minor or mini 2-day mornings only Ponypalooza event. And what I mean by that is this. This past Saturday and Sunday, on both mornings, starting around 3 a.m. Pacific and ending around 11 a.m. Pacific, you had nothing but My Little Pony content, which included things like the hour-and-a-half series finale, which aired in prime time on October 12th, which included Forgotten Friendship from Equestria Girls, which included things like, I believe, Best Gift Ever, as well as a few established and well-renowned MLP FIM episodes. You had Rainbow Rocks. I think you even had Best Gift Ever. You had all these kind of different MLP related content being aired. And then it continued yesterday, Sunday morning, with other stuff like Equestria Girls and and such, like Equestria Girls and some of the stuff they had there. And then obviously it looks like it's going to sort of continue this Saturday and this Father's Day weekend, I should say, because one of the things advertised this Saturday is Rainbow Road Trip. So you have to wonder to yourself, why is Discovery Family suddenly airing all this MLP content in such a massive way over these next few weekends, it's got to be leading towards something. And my belief, in my opinion, it's just leading towards the debut of Pony Life, possibly on July 4th weekend. Think about the timing of it. Think about that. Think about the timing. Now you might say, well, what if it's the 27th and the 28th? Still, think of the timing. Discovery Family, along with Hasbro's, doing these Pony Palooza-like marathons, on the weekends, which include the likes, like I said, of the hour-and-a-half series finale, Rainbow Road Trip, Rainbow Rocks, Best Gift Ever, as well as some established popular episodes, series, season finales and premieres. It's like, it's got to be leading up to something. And in my opinion, what it's leading up to is the U.S. debut of Pony Life, as well as probably what I'm trying to say, the U.S. debut officially of Friendship is Forever. I think that's what it's leaning towards. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. But why else would they be putting all this together over this past weekend and this possibly upcoming Father's Day weekend if they didn't have something in mind, to follow through on it or to base it off of? I'm just saying, it makes you wonder, it makes you think, is there something more to it? And I believe there is. Now, again, like I said, could I be wrong? Absolutely. But think about it. Think about it. Why change or alter the banner for Pony Life, advertising it, take out the available June 18th portion of it, keep it as it is, and at the same time, you're simultaneously all of a sudden deciding to do some Pony Palooza-like marathons over the next few weekends. Now, again, not 100% sure of this Father's Day weekend, but you get the idea. Why the sudden decision to do it? And it makes you wonder and think, hey, perhaps there's a reason. Perhaps they're going to debut something. Maybe something big is coming. And my opinion, like I said, is I believe it's going to have to lead into, or probably will lead into, the official debut of Friendship is Forever and Pony Life. That's what I believe is possibly heading towards. Now, whether both, one of them or both debut the weekend of June 27th and 28th, or the 4th of July weekend, it's another thing. But I've got a feeling they wouldn't be doing this. Discovery Family would not be doing this if they didn't have something in mind. So, in my opinion, I think the reason is because, again, my opinion in closing is I believe the reason Pony Life has not officially debuted, in the U.S. just yet, is due to the fact that everybody is still fresh off of the Friendship is Magic and Friendship is Forever, which is Friendship is Magic, as well, but basically a mid-pelage miniseries, which is a clip show miniseries. It's because that's still fresh in people's minds, especially after this past weekend, as well as the fact that, you got all these other factors playing a part, like the IDW Comics with the season 10 run coming up. You got the crossover, Friendship in Disguise, which is still pretty much promoting the Friendship is Magic version of these characters. So, so basically it's really, to me, it's a lot of factors that are playing in, but as well as I think the major factor being that, we all of a sudden we're getting these paloozas, these Pony Paloozas, and it makes you wonder, why these are happening now. And it has to be that it's leading into something later down the line, possibly the week or two after. But what could those be is the question. Well, like I said, what could those be is the question. And my speculation, in my opinion, is it's got to be centered around the debut of Pony Life, and possibly before or around the same time Friendship is Forever. But that's just my thoughts. But what do you guys think? What do you think is the reasoning? Do you think it's anything that I said? And what do you think it could be? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. And I will talk to y'all later.